Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror. Guys, seriously, darkness imprisoning me, absolute horror. This is a fucking bloodbath, alright? And I'm not really that fazed by it, honestly. I've been in the space for a while, and I think we're still in a bull market. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want to call me a dumbass, call me whatever you want. Bitcoin is bouncing off of 80,000. Now, I think we're going to go lower. I think we might come back and retest this lower 70s. Let's just look at this BTC chart real quick before I'm going to talk about some economic data and what some economic analysts are saying about the bull run. Okay, so this thing did come right down there and touch $80,000 today. That's bearish. And if you look at this trend, we are in a downtrend. It's been like this for like fucking 4 months. Let's look at this. My computer, bearish on the computer. Okay, so let's see. When did this start? When was this? Back in January. Actually, hell. November, basically. December, November. We've been on a downtrend basically since then. Now, let me talk about some stuff, okay? Here's something that one of these BTC analysts saying, he called the 2020 bull run. He's saying there's a 95% chance it won't fall below 69K. That's some fucking hopium right there, That's some hopium for us. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I just want to read this, go over some of this economic calendar that's coming out this week. We have some big data dropping this week. Monday, nothing. I think when markets open Monday, we'll bleed a little bit more. This is because there's something to happen with China. Let me pull this up first. China imposes retaliatory tariffs on Canadian farm and food products. It's 100%. 100% tariffs, bro, on Canada. Now we're starting to get in this global trade war, and Canada's got a new president or whatever, and he's saying they're going to stand firm on these tariffs until America respects them, He said, put some respect on my name, Donald Trump. So, honestly, I think this whole tariff thing is going to blow over. They're going to come to a deal of some sort. It's not going to last forever, okay? Basically, what Trump is doing, he's fucking smart. He's driving the markets down, so he's forcing the Fed's hand to cut interest rates. And we have a Fed meeting coming up. That's what I'm going to talk about. Let's look at this data, though. We have jobs data on Tuesday. Okay, that's going to be moving markets for sure. Consumer price index. That's Wednesday. Inflation data. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims at 8:30. That's a weekly report. Then we have core PPI. Okay, so that's a lot of inflation data and jobs data in 1 week, So be prepared for some major volatility. This is when we could retest those 70,000 levels, 69K. I think that's the level where that's like the line in the sand for me. I think if we lose 69K, that's not bullish, in my opinion. Next week, that's on the 19th. Yep, interest rate decision. That's Wednesday, March 19th at 2 o'clock. That is going to be basically the determining factor if this is a bull run or if it's a bear market, in my opinion. And I don't think it's a bear market. Now, if Bitcoin drops below 69,000 and the interest rate still remain, or they on some really hawkish type shit, we could easily go into recession, It's really one of the biggest determining factors. And I always talk about the bench press analogy. We've been getting jobs data, and unemployment came in a little bit higher than they expected. That's showing a weakening economy, and that's what the Federal Reserve needs to cut interest rates. Take it like I said, the bench press analogy. If you're on a bench press and you're just hulking that shit, no one's going to give you a spot. And that's essentially what the Federal Reserve has been looking at. They've been seeing strong job reports. Things like that. Inflation hasn't been that bad. It hasn't came in better than expected or anything. So they're not going to give a spot if they're not struggling. That's why I called the bench press analogy. Now, we are struggling. You know, the S&P, the stock market, this is not just isolated to cryptocurrency. This is across the board, okay? Stock market has been tumbling just like cryptocurrency has, Bitcoin, altcoins. You know, these tech stocks are getting hammered just like altcoins are. I'm going to read some of this article real quick. This is who is this? Analyst that nailed January 2025 Bitcoin top predicts BTC rallies in coming months, but there's a catch. Like I said, he's basically saying the same thing I agree with. A crypto strategist who accurately called the Bitcoin, oh man, I'm so tired, I'm not reading right. The January Bitcoin correction believes that BTC still has room to run to the upside this year. Analyst Benjamin Cohen tells his 987,000 followers on social media platform X that he sees Bitcoin sparking a counter-trend rally in the coming months. Cohen highlights that he's closely watching a key price level for BTC during this correction to determine whether it's a bull run. Basically, a big drop in Q1 2025, a counter-trend rally in Q2, 3 where most alt BTC pairs bleed, and then a drop in Q4 25, leading into a 26 recession. The unclear part is if there is a counter-trend rally in Q2, Q3, can BTC achieve a new high? My guess is if BTC goes below 70K in the coming weeks, then a future rally will resolve to a lower high. If BTC stays above 70K, then a future rally could still resolve to a higher high. A lower high would suggest that Bitcoin bull market is over as BTC bulls fail to muster enough buying pressure to send the crypto king above its all-time high. Meanwhile, a higher high would indicate BTC will surge well above 108, keeping the bull market intact. So like I said, 69,000 is that line in the sand, gentlemen. You know, if we lose that level, that's going to be extremely bearish. And that's just how I feel. I don't think we're going that low, you know. It's a very good possibility. We could come down and touch it. But, you know, it's just not looking too good out here. Here's another thing I want to talk about that might give you some sense of hopium, okay? This is a 2016 Ethereum chart, okay? This is the 2016-2017 bull run. It's looking a lot similar. And look at these fucking green candles here. Look at this. I mean, just basically up only. Look at that little tiny baby red candle and all those green dildos, you know? Look at all those green dildos, boy. Now we could be seeing some very much similar price action, and I think this bull market will be the last bull market that retail gets a chance at life-changing gains, because now we have all these institutions and players. This bull run is different, okay? Every bull run is a little bit different than the last, and you know, this will be my third bull run. I've made a lot of stupid mistakes. The first bull run, I was a fucking idiot. The second one, I was too greedy. I lost all my money on Celsius. And this is my third one. And I'm not going to get shaken out. And I've heard this shit so many times. Bull runs over. Bull runs over. No, it ain't. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, my boy. And the fat lady is 69K. And she has not sang yet. So until we get to those price levels, I'm not feeling bearish, okay? I am feeling a little bit bearish on my portfolio being down, especially my altcoin positions being down 80%. However, I've been still averaging into those, trying to bring some of my cost average down, doing what smart money does, you know? I'm just being real here. Let me just play this little clip from Trump. You know, I gotta give you guys some hopium. Okay, bearish on the computer again. Bearish on the computer. Alright, maybe I'm not going to play it. Anyways, there's something bullish I want to talk about. Race to Bitcoin reserves. Which U.S. states are taking the lead? I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm just going to go through all these states. Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas, Ohio, Alabama, North Dakota, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Massachusetts, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, Montana, South Dakota, Indiana, Kansas, Maryland, Montana, Iowa, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina. That's where the fuck I'm at, boy. West Virginia, Georgia, Michigan, Okay, we got 28 out of 50 states, you know, that are trying to adopt a BTC reserve. Now, let me just go to Google and see what the how many countries are adopting Bitcoin. How many countries are adopting BTC reserve? Let me see if, okay, I thought AI was going to answer that. Is there not like a newer article? Okay, maybe I guess I'll make another video about this, but I know for a fact China, Russia, and Japan. Okay, all these people are trying to do BTC reserves. All right, now they're announcing a crypto stockpile and all this stuff. Japan just announced 100% of their capital gains taxes on crypto is gone. No more capital gains taxes on crypto in Japan, you know? There's a lot of bullish things happening, gentlemen. And you have to think about this stuff when you're thinking about, is this a bull market or a bear market? There's a lot of bullish things going on. There's a lot of bearish things going on. Trump knows what he's doing. This trade war shit ain't going to last forever. He's essentially forcing the Fed to cut interest rates. Like I just said, I just explained that with the bench press analogy. That is the only way the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates. When they see a weakening labor market and unemployment going up, stock market crashing, the only thing they can do to save a sinking ship is to cut the money printer on, okay? That's just how it works. And that is on March 19th, all right? I just wanted to make this video to explain to you guys why, you know, people think I'm crazy and, you know, telling me to, some people on my YouTube have commented and saying I should be selling and cut my losses and stuff. This ain't my first rodeo. And I'm willing to accept the fact, even if we do go into a bear market, I am willing to accept that fact. I'm not sitting here completely closed off to it. But I'm telling you, I think I'm like 90% certain that it ain't. There's a 10% chance, in my opinion, that we could go into a bear market. But I think all this stuff is just temporary pain, okay? You know, sometimes you have to deal with this shit. There's nobody I know in investing that has ever bought an asset and just the shit went straight up. It does not work like that. It does not work like that, gentlemen. Most of the times when you get in this market, there's some turbulence, okay? You don't just buy shit and sit on it and get rich. You have to sit there and watch it go up and down, up and down, up and down, and until it fucking, over an extended period of time, it appreciates, okay? So this ain't a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's not easy to get rich in crypto. A lot of people don't like crypto because of volatility. And I understand why. Because it frustrates me sometimes when I'm seeing my portfolio down 20, 30%, you know, and then a week later it's down another 30, 40%. It's fucking frustrating. But what can you do? You're going to sit there and cry about it and find reasons to quit? Or you're going to continue your plan and dollar cost average into these assets and become even richer when they appreciate, you know? That's what you need to be doing if you think this is a bull run. That's what you need to be doing. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing on my personal investment journey. And I know a lot of you guys like my opinion and what I have to say about this stuff, so I figured I would make a video on this. Yes, I think we're still in a bull run. No, I'm not bearish. Sink it. Sink it down to 70K. Let's get this shit over with so we can start pumping, you know? Let's get this shit over with, boys. You know? Send it to the gates of fucking hell. Because that's where I'm going to be smashing by. I'm kind of right now just sitting on the sidelines, kind of trying to figure out, you know, how low are we going to go. I did, however, invest into some altcoins, you know. just kind of micro investing a little bit here and there. I'm not really lump sum investing in this kind of macro situation right now. That's just not smart to do. And if you're in, like me, I highly suggest that. Don't be lump sum investing. All right, spread your buys out. You know, because like I said, there's that small chance that we could go into a bear market, gentlemen. And you don't want to be dumping all your dry powder. You might need that to fucking pay bills or do something. So don't bet the house on this shit, but be smart, continue to accumulate, and continue with your plan, being patient. That's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys, if you think this is a bull market still, that you do the same thing. With that being said, if you get any value, please like and subscribe and hold down the fort, gentlemen.